Now I will dimension the cylinder, so I come up here and select Smart Dimension. Then I go down here, and when I hover the cursor over this line, you will see that it is highlighted in green. That means if I select this line or click on this line, I will dimension that line. But now I would like to dimension the width of the cylinder, so I come up here and click on this line, and now I have dimensioned the width, and I will place the dimension here. And then I will also dimension the position of this hole, so I will begin to click on this line, and then I will click on the circle. And when I hover the cursor over this edge or the line, the dimension text or the dimension line will be placed 12 millimeters from this selected line. So I will click here to place it 12 millimeters from this mounting flange. And I will also dimension the position from this side, so I will click on this line and click on the circle, hover the cursor over this side, and we see now that the dimension line will be placed 12 millimeters from this side. So I will place it there. Then I will dimension the length of the cylinder or the mounting flange. So I will click here, and then I will click on this side. If I hover the cursor over this line, you will see that the dimension will be placed at the same level as this dimension. But if I hover the cursor and click here, I will place the dimension 10 millimeters from that dimension. Then I will dimension the hole here in the cylinder, so I will click here on the circle, and I would like to move this dimension, and to do that I will come over here to the properties and select Unlock Dimension Text. So now I can move the dimension or rotate the dimension to place the dimension text where I want to have it. So I will click here, but there is a shortcut for Unlock Dimension Text, so I will uncheck that box. Then I will click here on the cooling fin, and I would like to move the dimension and the dimension text, so I can use the U key on the keyboard, U key. By using the U key, you will temporarily unlock the dimension text. So I will place the dimension here, or the dimension text. Then we will also dimension this arc. Perhaps you remember that we used the cylinder to create the mounting flange, and that's why there is an arc here. So I will click here on the arc, and I will use the U key to move the text to this position. And I will also dimension this hole, and I will place it here. We know that there are 4 linked holes on this cylinder, and you could add that information to the dimension text here. One way of doing it is to add the information here in the properties, but you can also add it to the drawing sheet. So if I press Escape here to exit the Smart Dimension command, and then right click here on the sheet and go to Sheet Setup, here you have the setting to add how many linked holes you have on the drawing that have the same diameter. So I check this box, Auto Hole Count, and depending on the standard you're using, you may add different information here. But in this video and this course I will use this standard. I will place it as a postfix with a left parenthesis, quantity times right parenthesis. So I will have it like this. I will click OK. Then I will delete this dimension and add a new one. Click Smart Dimension and click on this circle. So now we have the information that there are 4 linked holes that has a diameter of 4 millimeters. Now I will continue. I will dimension this part of the cylinder. So I will click here and here. And we see that there is no diameter sign. So to add a diameter sign, we come over to the properties and go to the prefix box We click here in the box so that we see it is selected, and then we come up here to the symbol palette. We click the down arrow so that we see the diameter sign. We click on the sign to add it in the prefix box, and then we click after the sign and press space to add a space. And now when I click here on this line, the sign will be added, and also a space between the sign and the measure. I think I have to move the view a little bit, but I will do that later. Then we come over here to add dimension for the mounting flange, and I will click here. Also the space between the mounting flange and the cooling fin, and I will click here, and also the thickness of the cooling fin and the space between the cooling fins. I will place it here like so, and I will place the dimension out here. Then I press escape. The reason why I place the dimension out here is sometimes you want to move a dimension so it will be aligned to another dimension, and you can do that by left click and hold here on the arrowhead. Then you can move the cursor and snap to another dimension, and now these two are aligned. So that's one way of doing it. And I will move this view a little bit downward like so, so there is a space between these two dimensions. Then we come down to the title block. I will change here part of, it should be Stirling engine. We'll select this text and type Stirling engine. Like so, and we will also add material, and we will do that in the 3D scene. So I will select this view and then right click and choose Edit Scene, and the cylinder scene will open. If I select the cylinder here and go to Properties, we'll see that we find here a box for material. You could add the material here by typing in the right material and change the density so that you will have the right weight of the cylinder. But there is a tool that will do it for you. If I go to More Catalogs and choose ICM Tools, you will find a tool here which is called Set Material. If I left drag Set Material and drop it here on the cylinder, we will get this dialog box, and here I can change the material. I'll go down here and I will go to Metals, and I will choose aluminum. So when I click OK, the material will be added here in this box, and you will also get the right density and the right weight. So now when it is added, we switch back to the cylinder drawing, and now the information here is added to the title block. Perhaps I want to add my letters like so, and then I double click on the middle mouse button, and then we will save the drawing. And perhaps you want to add more dimensions. It's up to you, but I will close this drawing, and I will also close this cylinder scene.